Welcome back to The Simple English Show,
where we make learning English easy.
Welcome to the Simple English Show.
Hello, everyone. It's really great to be here with you.
I have a question. Do you know that feeling when you walk into a room and you see someone new?
Oh, yes. I think we all know that feeling.
You look at them, they look back at you,
Yeah.
and suddenly it's like your brain it stops working.
The mind goes blank.
Totally. Your hands might get a little sweaty, your heart starts beating just a little bit faster, boom, boom, boom. And, you have to speak English, but all the words, they just disappear.
That is the classic introduction anxiety. It's so common. It really doesn't matter if you've been studying English for 10 years or 10 days.
Right.
Those first 30 seconds of meeting someone new are always, high pressure. It can feel like a test.
Exactly. It feels like a very big test.
Mm.
And I think so many of our listeners feel this way. They're smart, they know a lot of English, but when it's time to actually introduce themselves, they freeze.
It's kind of the social version of walking on a tightrope. You're so worried about falling. You worry, will they understand me or am I going to make a mistake?
Will I look foolish? That's a big one.
That's the biggest one, I think.
So today, we're going to try and fix that. We're going to talk about the art of the introduction. And we're not just going to give you, a list of words to memorize. We want to look at the structure behind it.
Right. We want to strip away all that confusion. We're going to look at a simple 4-step framework. Think of it like a map.
A map. I like that.
If you have a map, you don't need to be so nervous because you always know where to go next.
A map for conversation. So we're not just talking about saying hello. We're talking about controlling the chaos of meeting someone new.
Exactly. We'll break it down into 4 simple parts. The greeting, then the name, the origin, and finally, the closing. If you can just follow these steps, you can almost automate the process.
So you don't have to think so hard.
You don't. It just becomes natural.
That sounds perfect. It's like building a house. You put one brick on top of another brick.
That's a great way to put it. You build it slowly, piece by piece.
Okay, let's start with that first brick then. Step 1. The greeting. This seems so simple, right? It's just saying hello.
It does seem simple, but there's actually a lot of nuance here. This is how you open the door to the whole conversation. Before you share any information, you have to acknowledge the other person's presence.
And in English, we usually have 2 main choices, hello and hi. Are they really the same?
They mean the same thing, yes, but they feel very different. Think of hello as being like wearing a suit and tie.
A suit and tie, so it's formal.
Yes. Hello is the universal greeting. It's safe. You can say hello to your boss. You can say it to a stranger on the street, to a police officer.
To the president.
To the president. It's always polite. It's professional.
So if I'm feeling nervous, or if I'm not really sure who this person is, maybe in a work situation, I should just use hello.
Yes. Hello will never fail you. It's never going to be rude.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So what about hi?
Well, if hello is that suit and tie, hi is more like a t-shirt and jeans.
Ah, okay, I see. It's relaxed. It's comfortable.
Exactly. Hi is much friendlier. It creates a feeling of warmth, If you're meeting a friend for coffee, you would probably say hi. If you're at a party, you'd usually say hi.
Okay, let me give you the situation.
Mm.
Imagine I'm walking into a very serious business meeting. I'm meeting a new client for the very first time. I probably shouldn't walk in and say hi, should I?
You could, but hello is definitely better there. It just shows more respect. It shows you're taking the meeting seriously.
But on the other hand, if I walk into a cafe to meet a friend of a friend, hello might sound a bit too stiff.
It could, yeah. It might sound a little bit like robot.
Right.
In a casual place like that, hello can sometimes create a little distance. Hi just breaks the ice. It makes the air feel lighter.
Okay, so we choose our word, hello for formal, hi for casual. But an introduction is not just about the words we say, is it? We have our bodies. We have our faces.
This is huge. I would say it's maybe 50% of the introduction. In English communication, your body speaks just as loudly as your mouth. And the most important tool you have is your smile.
A smile. It
Yeah.
sounds so basic, just smile. But does it really change your English?
It changes everything. Think about talking on the telephone. When you're on the phone, you can actually hear if the other person is smiling.
That's so true. Their voice sounds different. It sounds a bit higher, maybe, brighter.
Exactly. When you smile, it physically changes the shape of your mouth. It makes your voice sound warmer. If you say hello with a flat, serious face, you might sound angry or maybe just bored.
So a hello with a smile means I'm happy to meet you, but a hello without a smile could mean I'm just being polite because I have to be.
Precisely. And in that first moment of an introduction, you want to signal safety. You want the other person to relax. A smile is a universal sign that tells them, I am friendly, you are safe with me.
Okay, so I have my word hello or hi, not my smile. Now, let's talk about the eyes. In some cultures, looking directly at someone's eyes can be a bit rude. It can feel too intense. What about in English-speaking places?
In most English-speaking cultures, eye contact is absolutely essential. It's all about trust.
Trust. How so?
Well, if you look down at the floor or you're looking at the wall when you talk to someone, they might think you're hiding something. They might think you're being dishonest. Or, on the other hand, they might just think you're very, very shy and not confident.
So looking them in the eye says, I'm here. I'm honest. I'm confident.
Yes. But you don't need to stare at them, like a laser beam.
Right. Don't be scary.
Don't do that. That's very scary. But just for a moment, when you say hello, look at their eyes. It creates a connection.
Okay. Smile. Look at the eyes. And now, the hands. The handshake.
Ah, the classic handshake. In places like America, the UK, Canada, Australia, this is really the standard physical greeting in a professional or formal setting.
I have to admit something. I'm always a little bit worried about my handshake. Sometimes I think I squeeze too hard. Other times my hand is too loose. It's just stressful.
It is a physical skill, and you do have to practice it. You're trying to find the right balance. You definitely want to avoid what we call the wet fish.
The wet fish, what is that?
The wet fish is when your hand is all soft and limp. It feels like you're holding a dead fish. It just feels weak and not confident.
Nobody wants to shake hands with a dead fish.
No. But on the other side, you also want to avoid the bone crusher. That's when you squeeze so hard you feel like you might break their fingers.
Right, so we want something in the middle. Firm, solid, confident.
Firm is the perfect word. You extend your right hand, you grip their hand firmly, shake it up and down maybe 2 or 3 times, and then, and this is very important, let go.
Let go, yes. Do not hold their hand for the whole conversation.
Please, please let go. That would be very awkward.
Okay, so that's the first brick. You walk in, you smile, you look them in the eye, you give a firm handshake, and you say hello.
C. The door to the conversation is now open.
I feel better already. We've opened the door. We're inside the room now. We need to tell them who we are. Step 2. The name.
This is the core of the introduction, really. They need a label for you. They need to know what to call you.
I usually hear 2 phrases for this. I am or my name is. Which one is better? Is there a better one?
They are both perfect English, but just like with hello and hi, they have a slightly different feeling.
Okay, let's look at my name is first. It sounds very classic. My name is Bond. James Bond.
Yes, exactly. It has a little bit of gravity to it, doesn't it? My name is the standard formal way to say it. It's very clear, very professional. It creates a tiny bit of distance.
And what about I am?
I am is faster. It's more direct. I'm Robert. It's a little punchier. It can signal confidence because you're not hiding behind a longer sentence. In more casual situations, I am, or usually I'm, is very common.
So, again, maybe my name is for that business meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm for the party.
Generally, yes, that's a good rule. But here's the biggest problem our listeners often face. It isn't the phrase they choose, it's the speed.
The speed of saying their name.
Yes. If you have a name that's from a different country, a name that English speakers might not know, and you say it at your normal, fast speed, they just won't catch it. Their ears aren't ready for it.
Oh, I hate that moment. You say your name and the other person says, what? Sorry, can you say that again? It makes you feel like you made a mistake.
But you didn't make a mistake. Your name is your name. The problem is just that their brain wasn't prepared for the sounds.
So how do we fix this? Is there a trick?
There is. We can use what I call the pause technique.
The pause technique. Okay, how does that work?
It's very simple. You say the introduction phrase, like, my name is, and then you stop. You pause for just 1 second, and then you say your name.
Can you show us?
Sure. So instead of saying, my name is Kenji, all together as one word, you say, my name is Kenji.
Ah, I hear that little silence. My name is Kenji.
That silence is a signal. It's like a little flag. It tells the other person's brain, get ready, important information is coming. It really helps them focus their ears.
That is such a good trick. It's so simple, but it gives them time to focus on the most important word.
And then, when you do say your name, say it slowly, say it clearly. Don't rush through it. You should be proud of your name.
What if my name is very long? Or it's very difficult for English speakers to pronounce? Should I change it or use an English name.
You never have to change your name. It's your identity. But that said, some people do choose to use a nickname or a shorter name just to make social situations a little easier.
Okay, so how do we introduce a nickname?
You can use the phrase, "you can call me."
Can you give an example?
Of course. Imagine a man whose full name is Michael, but all his friends call him Mike. He could say, "My name is Michael, but you can call me Mike."
My name's Michael, but you can call me Mike. That sounds very friendly.
It's very inviting, isn't it? It gives the other person permission to be more casual with you. It removes a barrier. It basically says, let's be comfortable together.
I like that. Okay, so we've said hello. We've said our name very clearly with a pause. Hello, my name is Robert. Now what? This is the point where a lot of people get stuck.
Yes. This is the danger zone, the awkward silence.
You're standing there. They're just standing there. It gets very uncomfortable very fast.
This brings us to a really important part of the process. You must hit the ball back.
Hit the ball back. What do you mean?
I like to think of a conversation as a game of tennis.
Tennis. Okay, explain that analogy.
Well, imagine the conversation as a tennis ball. When you speak, you hit the ball over the net to the other person. So you say, "Hello, my name is Robert. You've just served the ball."
But if I stop talking right there,
Then you are just holding on to the ball. The game stops. All the energy just dies. You have to hit the ball back to them immediately after you say your name.
you have to ask a question.
Exactly. You have to ask for their name in return.
Okay, so the full question is, what is your name? But that can feel a little, I don't know, like a police officer asking for my ID.
It can be a little stiff, yes. There's a much easier, more natural way to hit the ball back. It's just 2 words. And you.
And you.
That's it. That is it. It is the perfect return shot in conversational tennis.
Let's try it. I'll start. Hello, I'm Robert. Awkward silence.
I was holding the ball. Let me try again, this time with the tennis shot. Hello, I'm Robert. And you.
I'm Sarah. See how smooth that was? How fast? You invited me to speak. It creates a rhythm, a back and forth.
That felt so much better. It felt like a real interaction, not a speech.
Now, here's probably the most important part of this step. You asked for their name. They said, I'm Sarah. What do you do now?
I listen?
Yes, but you must do more than just listen. You need to show that you listened. You need to catch the ball.
Listening is hard when you're nervous. Sometimes I'm so worried about what I have to say next that I don't even hear their name. It just goes in one ear and out the other. That is so common. And the best way to fix this, and also to help you remember their name, is to repeat it immediately.
Repeat their name back to them.
Yes. So if I say, I'm Sarah, your next line should be something like, Hi, Sarah, or Sarah, nice to meet you.
Hi, Sarah.
When you say the name with your own mouth, it helps your brain to lock it in. It moves the name into your memory.
And people like to hear their own name, don't they? It makes them feel seen.
They absolutely do. It's a sign of respect. It shows you actually care about who they are. It shows you are really present in the conversation and not just thinking about yourself and what you're going to say next.
So don't just nod your head. Actually, say their name. Hi, Sarah. Hello, Michael.
Exactly. It makes the connection so much stronger.
Okay, so now we know each other's names. Phew, the hard part feels like it's over. We are playing tennis, the ball is moving, but we do need to keep the game going, so we need the next step, the origin.
This is a classic follow-up question. Where are you from?
Where are you from? It's a great question. It helps you place someone in the world. It gives you a piece of their story.
And when you answer this, you have 2 main options. You can use I am from or I live in, and they actually mean slightly different things.
Let's unpack that. I am from is about your history, right? Your past.
I'm from usually means where you were born or where you grew up. It's part of your identity. I am from Japan.
And I live in...
That's about your current location, your reality right now. I live in New York.
For a lot of people, these 2 places are the same place.
That's true. If you were born in London and you still live in London, you can just say, I'm from London. Simple.
But for many of our listeners, and, for many people in the world today, they're different. I was born in one place, but I live in a different place now.
And this gives you a great opportunity to tell a very short, interesting story. You can combine the 2 phrases.
Okay, so how do we do that?
You can use the structure from, but live in.
For example, I am from Spain, but I live in London.
Perfect. This gives a very complete picture in one short sentence. I am from tells us your background. I live in tells us about your present life.
I am from Brazil, but I live in Tokyo.
Yes. And it immediately makes you more interesting. It invites more questions. The other person might ask, oh, wow, Tokyo, do you like it there? Or what made you move?
Ah, so it keeps the tennis match going. It gives them an easy ball to hit back.
That's exactly it. Now, one small detail here. When you answer, should you say your country or your city?
That depends on where you are and who you're talking to, doesn't it?
Yes. You have to think about the other person, what information is useful for them.
Right. If I'm traveling in France and someone asks where I'm from and I say I'm from Smallville, Kansas, nobody in France knows where that is.
Exactly. They'll just be confused. So if you're talking to someone from a different part of the world, it's usually best to start with your country. I am from the USA. I am from Japan.
But if I'm in the USA and I'm talking to an American,
Then you can be more specific. You can use your state or your city. I'm from New York. I'm from California.
that makes perfect sense. You adjust your answer for your audience.
Right. The goal is clear communication. Don't make them work too hard to understand your story.
Okay, we've covered our origin. Now, usually the conversation turns to work. This is the next logical step.
And the question you will almost always hear is, so what do you do?
What do you do? We need to be careful here. This question is a kind of code in English.
It is. It sounds like it means, what are you doing right now at this moment?
Right, so if I answer, I am talking to you, or I'm drinking this coffee, that's the wrong answer.
That is very wrong, and it will be a little confusing. In an introduction, what do you do always means, what is your job? Or what is your profession?
It's about our identity again. It's another way people try to understand who we are.
Yes. They're trying to find a label for you. Where do you fit in the world?
Now, I have heard some people give very, very long and complicated answers to this question.
Oh, this is such a big mistake. We can call this the CV trap.
The CV trap, like a resume.
Yes. Someone asks, so what do you do? And the other person says, well, I am the Senior Vice President of Logistics Solutions for the Northeastern region of the international subsidiary of.
Whoa, stop. My brain just fell asleep.
Exactly. It's way too much detail for an introduction. It's boring, and honestly, it's hard to follow.
So what should we do instead of reading our job title?
You should use the headline strategy.
The headline strategy, like in a newspaper.
Yes. A newspaper has a short, big headline at the top, something like, Man Lands on Moon. It captures the main idea in just a few words.
So instead of my long official job title, I should just say the field I work in.
Right, so you could say, I work in logistics, or I work in marketing.
Or just the simple job title itself. I am a teacher, I am a driver, I am an engineer.
Exactly. Keep it simple. Give them a hook. If they are interested, they will ask for more details. They'll say, oh, you're a teacher. What do you teach?
So start small. You can always add more information later if they ask.
Yes. Don't overwhelm them with information. Remember, they might be a little nervous, too.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What about our listeners who are students? What do they say?
They can just say, I'm a student. That is your headline.
And can they say what they study?
Yes, that's a great detail to add. I am a student. I study English, or I study business.
I'm a student. I study art. Short, clear, simple.
Perfect. It keeps the ball moving, and it gives the other person an easy way to ask another question.
Okay, we have covered a lot. We said hello with a smile. We shook hands properly.
Yeah.
We used the pause technique for our name. We played tennis with and you. We shared our origin and our headline job. The conversation is actually going pretty well.
But all good things must come to an end. Or at least the introduction part must come to an end. We need to close it.
The final step. We need a way to put a seal on the letter to finish this part of the conversation.
We need to signal that the introduction phase is officially finished, and now we can either move on to a new topic or end the conversation.
And there's a magic phrase for this, isn't there? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It is the perfect closing phrase. It's polite, it's warm, it's clear.
When exactly do I say this? Is there a specific time?
You can say it right after you've exchanged names. Or you can save it for the very end of this first little chat right before you walk away or start talking about something else.
And it basically means, I am happy that we had this interaction.
Yes, it's like a verbal handshake at the end.
Are there any other options besides, nice to meet you?
Good to meet you is also very common. It feels a little more casual, but it's great.
And what about pleased to meet you? I hear that sometimes.
That one is very, very formal. It sounds a bit like you are meeting the Queen of England.
A bit old-fashioned.
A little bit.
Yeah.
It's perfectly correct, but for a coffee shop or a party, nice to meet you is probably your best tool.
It's the most versatile. It works everywhere.
I think so.
Now, here is a critical question.
Yeah.
If you say, nice to meet you to me,
Hmm.
what do I say back?
This is so important. You must repeat the phrase, but you have to add one specific small word at the end. That word is to.
Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet you too. That little word to is absolutely essential.
Why is it so important? It seems so small.
Because it creates reciprocity. It means me also. You said you were happy to meet me, and I am telling you that I am also happy to meet you. It returns the good feeling.
So if I just say, nice to meet you back, without the to, what does that sound like?
It sounds a little bit robotic, like you're just reading a line from a script. The to completes the circle. It connects the two of you.
Okay, never ever forget the to.
So those are the bricks. We have the greeting, the name, the tennis match, the origin, the job, and the closing.
Should we try to put it all together now? Let's try to build the whole house.
Let's do a little role play. We'll do it slowly so everyone can hear all the steps in order.
Okay, I'll be the stranger. You can introduce yourself to me.
I'm ready.
Hello,
Hi, my name is Sarah. And you?
I'm Robert.
Sarah. Hi, Robert. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Sarah. So, where are you from?
I'm from the UK, but I live here in New York now. And you?
Oh, nice. I'm from Canada.
Canada, cool.
And what do you do, Robert?
I work at a bank. How about you?
I'm a teacher.
Wow. You know, that felt very easy.
It flowed, didn't it? It didn't feel like a test at all. It just felt like a normal, friendly conversation.
Let's just quickly analyze what happened there. You started with hi, and I could hear it in your voice, a smile.
I did, yes.
Yes.
I wanted you to feel relaxed, and then I used the pause technique. My name is Sarah.
And then you immediately hit the ball back to me. And you,
I didn't want to hold the ball and create that awkward silence.
then when I said, I'm Robert, you repeated my name. You said, hi, Robert.
That helped me remember it, and it shows respect.
Then we did the origin. You used that great from but live in structure. It gave me a lot of information in one easy sentence. And finally, the jobs. Just the headlines. I work at a bank. I'm a teacher. We didn't give any long, boring speeches.
And we closed everything perfectly with nice to meet you and nice to meet you too.
It's just a formula. It's a pattern. Greeting, name, tennis match, origin, job, closing. If you can just remember that pattern, you don't need to be nervous.
I think that is the key. When you're nervous, your brain panics. But if you have a map, if you have a pattern, you can just follow the steps one by one.
Exactly. And I want to tell all of our listeners something that is very, very important.
What's that?
It is okay to make mistakes.
Yes. Please, everyone listen to this. It is okay to be imperfect.
If you forget to say to at the end, it's okay. If your handshake is a little too soft, it's okay. If you forget to pause before your name, it is okay.
The most important thing is that you are trying. You're making the effort.
People are usually very kind. They are just happy that you are speaking to them in their language. They are not grading your grammar. They are not checking your vocabulary list. They are just meeting a new, interesting person.
Confidence is so much more important than perfect grammar. If you just smile and look them in the eye, you are already winning.
Absolutely. A warm smile covers many, many mistakes. A warm smile is better than perfect English every time.
So what can our listeners do to practice this? We can't just listen to this. We have to actually do it.
I have a small homework assignment for you.
Homework? I thought this was supposed to be fun.
It's very easy homework, I promise. I want you to go find a mirror.
A mirror. Okay. I'm with you.
And I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. Look directly into your own eyes. Smile. A real smile. And then introduce yourself to yourself.
Hello. My name is Kara.
Practice the handshake in the air. Feel your hand. Is it firm? Practice saying your name slowly. Practice that pause. Just get comfortable with the rhythm of the whole thing.
That is a great idea. If you say it 10 times in front of a mirror, your mouth gets used to the shape of the words. It becomes physical.
Exactly. It builds muscle memory. So when you meet a real person, your mouth already knows what to do. It can happen automatically without so much thinking.
And then, the next time you see someone new, at work, at a party, in a cafe.
Just say hello. That is the first step. That is the hardest step. Just open your mouth and say hello. Everything else will follow from there.
You can do this. We really believe in you.
English is for communicating. It's for connecting with other human beings. So go out and connect.
Thank you so much for helping us break this all down today. I honestly feel much less nervous just talking about it.
It was my pleasure. It's really not so scary when you have a map.
Go practice your introductions. Thanks for listening.